Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to X-Plane 12. We are in the X-Crafts ERJ 175, and we're flying today United 6163 from El Paso to Houston. Hopefully, we don't have any crashes. I've tried recording this video 3 times now, and every single time it's crashed, either because OBS stopped working, which caused a crash on the encoder side of my 2060, and I have no idea. I might have to reverse some settings. So I tried boosting some settings to get better graphics in this plane. With that being said, we are ready to push back. The pedestals are loaded. All the ground equipment and stuff like that has been removed. The APU is on and running, and the GPU has been disconnected. This is what our flight plan is looking like. Looks like a total flight time of about 2 hours. Excuse me. We are going to flight level 370 today. Let's go ahead and get the flight directors on. Let's go ahead and get all this set real quick. 370. We want nav and VNav set. Applicable speeds. Let's see if we can do FMS speeds. Oh yeah, there we go. And yeah, that's looking to be about set. We are taking off on runway 22. Let's get our altimeter set here, 29902. And let's see, runway heading for runway 22 is 222. Let's go ahead and get that set in the bug. Actually, we can just do that. Perfect. Alrighty, we are ready to push back. So this is our plan, and we're just going to taxi out pretty much on that line right there. And then straight out across, down and past the gates. Oh, no, wrong way. Whoops. We'll just taxi out on straight, right, or left, right. Straight, left, right. There we go.
All right, Captain. Got the directions.
Great news,
Let me know through the menu when you're ready.
And we'll let him come fuck up. There he is. It's a beautiful day in here in El Paso. Kind of hot. Uh-oh. Why can't... Ah, that's why. Yeah, for whatever reason, the tower camera just defaults to back there instead of, out there. But beautiful day in El Paso. There's our aircraft loader right there. B7A. I do have world traffic loaded, but I'm currently in the process
Looks
of...
like the doors and hatches are closed and we're ready to connect.
Currently in the process of ordering stuff for a new PC. I have everything except a graphics card, so I'm going to go with the 5070, although I'm debating if I want to...
Got that winching strap and adapter hooked up. Go ahead and let go of the parking brake when you're ready for a push.
I'm debating if I want to get 5080 or 5070 Ti just for a little bit more VRAM. I mean, currently I have a 2060, which has 6 gigabytes of VRAM and 16 gigabytes of RAM, normal RAM, and my processor is a 2700X. I am going to upgrade to a 9800X 3D. I had 32 gigabytes of DDR5 at 6,000 megahertz and an X870 motherboard all ready to go with a Liquid Freezer Pro 3 ordered and somewhere between wherever it's being shipped from, presumably Hong Kong and the USPS. Yeah. And I have a new case as well. So Doing a computer upgrade here soon. Hopefully we can get some better graphics and less stuttery stuff with that. Right now I'm planning on doing a 5070, although I might, for the VRAM purposes, go for a 5070 Ti. I have no idea though. Anyways, let's go ahead and move the armrest out of the way, release a parking brake. It says grabbing the aircraft. Oh, because he's got to, right. In order to pull us in with the tow strap, you have to release the parking brake. Duh. Anyways, beacon is going to go to, no, not strobe. Beacon is going to go on. And how's our fuel looking? Just want to see if the APU should be drawing from the center tank, which it is. We are low on, we're only 30 pounds low on the right side, so we'll go low 2 for the crossfeed. £10 difference. Waiting for clearance. This is where we gotta do some weird trick thing.
Hey, Captain, let me know where you want this thing. Here comes the pushback.
Yeah,
Light 'em up.
I don't know what that does anyways. But yeah, there you go. And now we're actually balanced the other way, but that's alright. Go down to the engine pedestal, we'll go ahead and turn 1. There goes N2, 10%. $20. We'll go ahead and close that door right there. And it looks like our pushback operator is drunk as hell. For whatever reason, but... Looking for the ITT to temp out. I'm looking for a stable N1 before we turn 2. And looks like we got a good start. Let's go ahead to the overhead. We'll go ahead and turn off the APU bleed. And go ahead. Actually, I can show you that, how this all works. Turn 2. With the first engine running, you can see that the N2 rises much quicker on the second engine with the bleed from the first. That's why I turn off the APU bleed. Is that standard? I have no idea. Interestingly enough, okay, it took a little bit for the N1 to get going.
Just about done here. Go ahead and set your parking brake.
Parking brake.
And we're disconnecting the tow. Give me just a moment.
Is set. X-Crafts always does a great job with the Everhair family. It's so slow to drive away. Oh, okay, the kick forward and nice with the tow strap.
And we're disconnected. Signal and pin on the left. Take it easy and have a safe flight.
And away he goes. Perfect. Alrighty, so with that, we'll go ahead and kill the APU as we have both engines up and running. Let's go to flight controls. Do a quick systems check there. Full left, full right. There's down, left, right, and up. Everything looks good there. Auto brakes will go to rejected takeoff. I already got all the flight directors set. We're gonna go. Let's quickly look at our trim actually. It wants this trim 3.5 right there. And bring that back to flight plan. Let's go flaps 1 and 2. Perfect. Flaps 2 set and indicated. APU is coming off. Nice. Whack on the taxi lights and let's get moving. Target release. Away we go. I'll engage nose wheel steering. It's not really modeled, but that's just for my own sake. As we get ready to take the runway. Strobe light, oops, strobe light, and landings. Flight attendants, take your seats. Quickly check the
Takeoff okay.
takeoff configuration, and we are good to go. And we'll start our turn out. That's an okay lineup. Not proud of it, but it is what it is. Brakes are on. Let's go ahead and advance the throttles up. Yacht dampener on. Advance the throttles. Release the brakes, and auto throttles on. V1.
Rotate V2.
Positive rate, gear up. And LNAV's engaged. Go flaps 1. And flaps up. Flaps are indicated up, and we are in climb mode on the all throttles. And LNAV is engaged with flight level change, so we're gonna go ahead here. It really wants us climbing out that slow, huh? Which doesn't make any sense. Interesting. Looks like I overcorrected there. Oops. Anyways, we'll go ahead and engage the autopilot and let it fly out from here. Normally I fly it up, hand fly up to 10,000, but I'm still learning the ERJ. A lot easier to fly than the CRJ for sure. I still got to figure out all the controls for the map as well. Go ahead and turn the weather radar on. Show the weather. Perfect. I'm sure there's probably a similar flight logic in the real world with the actual thrust levers in terms of like position, similar to the CRJ and Airbus. I'm not too entirely sure though. Alright, let's look at the aircraft really quick. Flaps are up. That's up. We'll go ahead and turn off our taxi lights. And we are just going through 10,000 right now, so lights come off as well. Then seatbelt signs off, and we'll ding the flight test. Let them know we're through 10,000.
Congregate in the aisle area around the galley or lavatory. Please keep your seatbelt fastened at all times while seated, and take caution when opening overhead compartments, as contents may have shifted during takeoff. We would like to take a moment to tell you about an exciting offer on board today's flight to apply for our SkyMiles credit card. You can earn up to 50,000.
Let's go ahead and bring up our sun visor. Cool stuff. I love X-Craft. They do such a great job. They're probably the best payware aircraft that I have. Not saying that's the end all be all. Not saying that they're the best payware aircraft developer, period. They're the only ones that I've experienced aside from Delta Wing. And then Zebo does an amazing job with the 737 mod, but granted it's a mod and it's freeware, not payware. So, with that, looking out onto the barren landscape that is West Texas. Total flight time is about 2 hours. We're going to play level 370 today. And yeah, I'll be monitoring the rest of the flight. Sit back, relax, enjoy some views. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the cockpit, and for whatever reason, I've been battling the FMS a little bit. But we are coming up on our top of descent. Because I made some, the reason I've been battling the FMS is I made some changes. Looked at the $5 actual published arrival, and it had us going to Zoe after Domino instead of direct to Boz. So I inputted that, and for a reason that decided to put the plane into left 360 in roll mode, and got it back on direct towards stock. Once it reached stock, it did another left 360 in roll mode. Now I'm doing direct fuel, and we'll see what it does once we reach fuel. But there's top of descent. If I do VNAV, it should be telling us to start descending. Hey y'all, this is post-edit KIA here. Yeah, so the entire time down, and the reason I'm spinning this up is I was just battling the FMS, really not understanding how to operate the aircraft in the right ways. So yeah, I was doing a bunch of random stuff with the FMS. I wasn't going into path mode initially. Once I got into path mode, I realized that it wasn't descending the way I wanted it, so I just put it into a VS of like 31,000 feet a minute down. Disconnected all throttles because they were doing weird stuff and all that good stuff. Some other changes I made while we're showing the external views on en route, and we'll get to see some cool external views here in this time lapse. Really sped up though. But what I was doing is I changed the approach plate. The published approach plate for the $5 has us going to Zoe after Domino's. I inputted that in. We should have continued on 087 heading after Zoe to make the Boz transition a little more realistic. And during this time, I was also battling with some gremlins with my HOTAS. Also, the ATIS wasn't coming up on the radio either, which is weird. But yeah, my HOTAS was giving phantom commands. We all know that in the Zebo, that translates directly to the throttles and the ATC menu coming up. That translates into the ERJ here as apparently putting the landing gear down and dropping a gear of a notch of flaps at the same time, and then sometimes bring up the ATC panel. So yeah, it was definitely interesting on the way down. As you can see here, I'm trying to figure out why I'm not getting the ATIS in the radio, but yeah, fun times were had. I just gotta keep learning the ERJ and look into my throttle quadrant and see what's going on there. But anyways, this time lapse is ending, looks like right about now. So yeah, this is going to be post-edit KIA out. I have a feeling as soon as we cross Boz, we'll have to go direct to MCATE. Just because the nature of that turn is way too steep of a turn. Now the other thing is, after Zoe, we're supposed to be flying 087 again. I don't want the landing gear.
High speed. High speed. High speed. High speed.
And it's set
high speed.
flaps 3, which again,
high
I
speed.
don't want flaps 3.
High speed. High speed. High speed.
Oh dear lord. Which explains why it ballooned us up.
High speed.
Yeah.
High
it's fine.
speed.
It's fine.
High speed. High speed.
So as I was saying before, my HOTAS keeps doing weird stuff on me. We're supposed to be flying 087 and then get vectors into BOS. So actually what I'm going to do here, to get ahead of it, let's just do something like that. So it's BOS and then we can make that turn. And that change didn't affect anything. So we should hit BOS and then immediately flip around. And we'll arm the, let's see, should be localizer. Well, there's the approach button, so. Course is set. Heading will also move to 267. Go ahead and hit the approach. Approach not available. Awesome. Awesome. And let's go down to 2000. As I was saying, let's get that heading in there, 267. Right there. And I think that works just fine. We'll go ahead and slow down to 195. Quite hazy out today. And flaps 3. Flaps reset and indicated. Looking good on the approach. See if the approach button will work now. There we go. And glide slope capture. Now we will take landing gear and flaps 5. Flaps 5 selected. Gears down, 3 green, flaps 5 selected and indicated. Auto brake is low. Quick check the lights, everything was looking good. Up top, altimeter is set 299. Quick check, see if we can get the ATIS load. Doesn't look like it. Coming across Kearns. Let's slow down to our VAC speed, 150. And our mist approached is 3,000. Got a little bit of a crosswind, 18 knots of a crosswind. This is gonna be fun. Runway's in sight. I have to turn off the stereo light. Oops. Alright. And we're across the final approach fix. So we'll slow down to our approach speed. 131.
Autopilot.
Auto plane is mine.
One 1,000.
Go ahead and take
Throttle. Throttle.
the throttles out of the equation as well. Big wind shear. Can't let the aircraft get too slow. And drop the nose. This rudder is very effective at the roll portion
500.
too. Yeah, we're a little high. It's fine. Go to VREF 129.
Approaching minimums.
Continue.
Minimums.
200.
Minimums.
really high. That's alright. We got a lot of runway to play
100.
with.
50, 40, 30, 20,
Floating it
10,
really far. We're on the ground. Reverse is out. And green. Auto brake is active. No, I think this landing speed plugin is it out for me. Because I think I flew the absolute crap out of that. I mean, I'll have to look at the replay, but I say that every time. And boy, oh boy, is that wind really into it. Reverse is coming in. And flaps up. Auto brake off. And we'll go ahead and take the landing lights off. Strobe light. We'll just... It's hard for a single pilot to manage it. Notice when the steering comes back on. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Houston Hobby. APU, we'll go ahead and start that in a second here. Get that door open. Doors open, and let's go ahead and start it. Stereo lights coming off. Film light off. Transponder, we'll leave that on. Slots are up. Set 4 up for trim. There we go. And we'll taxi to the gate. Inspection light, we'll turn that off. And the side. Oops. Side taxi lights will come off as well. The plane just really wants to weather vane today. I don't know why. And the auto throttle's back on. Interesting. Very interesting things happening today with the Embraer. Looks like we got some maintenance stands here. Well, I didn't realize how weird this gate is going to be, but we'll just snake it in the best we can for A19. How illegal is this? Super illegal, probably. But at least we know we will fit. And taxi light will come off. So we don't blind our rampers. Speaking of rampers, give ourselves our own Martian capabilities. Just go ahead and roll the aircraft in. See that first chalk line right there. Alright, parking brake. Set. Electric panel. APU's on and running. We'll turn on the APU bleed if that is... Okay, good. Verified on. Engine 1, 2 to stop. So let's go ahead and stop. Second engine. And the first engine. Serial switch is already off. External lights, red beacon. Nav lights remain on. And fast sequence. Test jetway. And let's go ahead for ground services. Go ahead. GPU, cargo, aft cargo. Forward service. And we can open the passenger doors. Take the GPU. Perfect. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Houston Hobby International Airport. Thank you for flying with me today. It was definitely an experience. I still need to learn more about all of my aircraft aside from the A319 and the 737. We'll look into some international flights soon. With that being said, well, I should probably request services, huh? Just like that. Hopefully, graphics will get better once I build my new PC. That'll come be about a month and a half away. I am doing some traveling, so I apologize if the content is not coming out every 2 weeks. That is my goal for 2026, is to at least get a video out at least every 2 weeks. And then being extremely more consistent in 2027. So, with that, ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck, I am call sign KIA. You remember to fly safe.